No.
Hey guys, it's AP Vamp, and
Sentinel 947.
we're doing another deck profile about 3 minutes later.
This one's Trooper Agents, so let's start with the obvious. Double Earth. I wish I could run 3, but you know... But she's subliminal! So,
Sorry.
you take Earth, search for Venus. Love Venus.
3 of them.
Yep, use Venus to pull out the shine balls. Unfortunately, you can only do that once, but once you've done it, you know, just... The rest of them are just, you know, 1600, not so bad, light fairies. They're okay for what that's for. The real reason that you run enough of them is for Hyperion. It's the banish one agent, either Earth or Venus. His effect, banish one light-type fairy monster from your graveyard, destroy a card on the field.
The shine ball.
So he's like, you know, Dark Arm Dragon rolled into something that's a whole lot easier to play. I only run 1 Krista. A lot of people run 2, but the fact that it can be Monster Reborn from your graveyard and shut down your whole deck is kind of poopy. So I only run 1 because it's less to worry about, less to control, less to guard in your graveyard.
Sit down.
Double Herald. Some people like to run Effect Veiler. I like to run Herald because it destroys things. You know, all the stupid little search monsters like Stratos and Hanzo and whatever, you just blow their faces away. So much better. You discard 1 fairy along with Herald.
Plus
negates and destroys.
Discard your shine ball for Hyperion.
Destroys Rabbit too, which is even better.
That was not fun.
Honest. Just, you know, obvious if you're running light monsters, you have to run Honest. He's also a light fairy, so you can use him for Hyperion's effect. There's a couple ways to abuse him, and I'll talk about him later. I run Double Thunder King. Again, it's a monster that can be abused in this deck. And the ability to negate special summons and stop searches, which this deck really does none. No searching at all besides Earth. Makes it so much better. Oh, I guess I have Sangan, don't I? Earth and Sangan are the only searches I have. Card Trooper, instead of Pot of Duality, it adds to consistency, lets you set up your graveyard, and when it's destroyed, and it's always going to be destroyed,
It's always a plus.
You draw a card. 1900 lets you roll over Thunder Kings or other, you know, normal summonable 4-star monsters. You can just destroy them with Guard Trooper. And he's abusable as well. Tour Guide, obviously, and then Sangan goes with that. I don't run Night Assailant because I think it's a waste. There are ways to abuse Tour Guide, mainly with Birdman. You'll play 1 Tour Guide, add it, special summon the other, add one of them back to your hand with Birdman so you can use it again next turn, and you still get your rank 3 exceed.
And that's one of your tuners, right?
Yep, and Birdman's a tuner, and it goes well with Venus and the Shine Balls for synchros or overlays. I run Double Trag because nothing sucks more than trying to set up your graveyard and getting OTK'd. He's really fun to steal people's stuff, and since this deck runs a lot of 2, 3, and 4-star monsters, you can steal a lot of little shit and overlay and make big shit. Obviously, you run Gores, stops more OTKs, and he's a free beat stick, and he's arguably one of the most broke cards in the game. And lastly, for my monsters, is BLS, because if you're running Lights and Darks, you owe it to yourself to buy one and use it a lot.
Or 3.
Moving into spells, obviously you got the staples, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, and Heavy Storm. That's pretty obvious. I only run 2 MSTs because Hyperion can blow up whatever you want, and most of the time it's going to be back row, because most monsters aren't really 2700 or higher. So, I only run 2 of those. I run Lances because Krista returning to the top of your deck is extremely annoying. She needs to stay on the field where she negates all the special summons. And you only have 5 attempts to make Hyperion with all the agents, so you really want to keep him there once he's out. And sometimes you can just truck things, stupid things, with Card Trooper or Thunder King, keep them alive, annoy the hell out of people with Double Lance.
Very annoying.
I like Double Torrential in this format. Not everybody agrees, but I think it's just the most destructive thing in this game right now because everyone and their mom is swarming the field right now. And that's just...
Not my mom.
Yes, even your mom. They're swarming the field, and Torrential is a great way to stop them. And since this deck runs 28 monsters, I'm not really hurting. I'm going to draw more monsters. I'm going to have more monsters in my hand to play next turn.
Yeah, 28. That's a freaking crap ton.
Now, here's where one of the major strategies of the deck comes in, is 3 Call of the Haunted. And all the monsters I'm going to put down in front of you are why you can abuse it. You can chain Krista when they go to special summon, negate their special summon. If they MST, you are face down, call the Haunted, chain, and target either Sangan or Card Trooper. You either get a search of your choice or a draw. Thunder King, when they go to activate Rhoda, Pot of Duality, any of that stuff.
You might want to tell them about that ruling.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea too. With Thunder King, when a monster effect is activated to search your deck and Call the Haunted is chained and Thunder King is selected, the monster simply does not search the deck. If it's a spell card, they select the target and send it to the graveyard. If it's Pot of Duality, they have to reveal the top 3, and then they simply send it to the graveyard, whichever one they select. Mm-hmm. So you have to chain Call when they activate the card. You can't wait for them to select it, because then you've missed the timing.
Yeah.
But you just activate it. And maybe they're not going to send exactly what you hoped they were going to send. They play Rhoda and want to go Stratos, and you're like, oh sweet, I'm going to kill their Stratos. But at least they send something, and they're not getting their search out of it. And then Honest. Return Honest to your to the field. From there, you return it to your hand using its effect. It just allows you to abuse the fuck out of it. And
I mean, a lot of people probably didn't know that. I didn't.
Right.
I didn't know that at all.
Honest is just hilarious. Getting to reuse it multiple times a duel just really makes people angry.
Pissed.
But that's kind of the idea with Triple Call. Moving on to the extra deck, I run Catastor because I have Earth as a tuner and Birdman, so he's pretty easy to make. I like him a lot, and I got him real cheap back when he wasn't $30, so that makes him even better. Magical Android, it's my light 5-star in case I need to set up my graveyard for BLS, and his ability to gift you 600 life points at every end phase is just kind of nice. And 2400 is kind of high for a 4-star monster, so that's not bad. Black Rose Dragon, because, who doesn't like Heavy Storm and Dark Hole all in one card? Really?
Veiler.
Oh, shit. Stardust Dragon, because him and Gachi Gachi on the Venus play is really annoying, and most people don't have a great answer to it. Scrap Dragon, if you have Call the Haunted on the field, you destroy it. Even better, if you chain Call the Haunted to Card Trooper or Sangan and then use it for Scrap Dragon's effect, you get a search out of the deal. Destroy a card on the field. It's just really stupid. Mistworm, sometimes people have fields full of Exceeds and no back row to protect them. Sometimes it's great to just drop Mistworm on somebody, return all the cards on the field to their extra deck, make them start back over.
He negated it earlier today.
Heliopolis, sometimes people tech in Fiendish Chain and they run it against Hyperion and Krista, and when that happens, you want to find a way to make them less dead, and Heliopolis is kind of the way to do that. Plus, if you got a lot of stupid shit in your hand, shine balls or whatever, you're just going to tribute them away anyway. Trag is also an easy way to do it, special summon him, steal somebody's BLS or, whatever, and then, if I stole a BLS, I don't think I'd overlay for Heliopolis, but it's an option that you have. Tempo, because he's just amazing. He steals people's Exceed materials and boosts himself as a result, and since you can use that effect on either player's turn, that's just a great effect. Good. Mess with Leviathan Dragon, Acid Golem, Leviair.
Doing it to Acid Golem's great. Take 2,000. Bitch.
Leviair, because there's some really insane loops. If you open and you go Tour Guide, make Leviair, banish Venus from your hand for Hyperion, and then use Leviair's effect to return Venus to the field, make your Gachi. You'll have, Gachi, Leviair, Hyperion, and Venus on the field. And that's just a lot for a single move. Leviathan Dragon, he's just a beat stick. It's kind of nice if you want to make a beat stick and then add a dark to your graveyard like Tour Guide for BLS or something. It's just kind of good for that. Acid Golem, because sometimes things are just too big and you need a 3,000 attack beat stick to get rid of them. You gotta be careful about him, don't just play him.
Especially in this deck, because it special summons like Hyperion and stuff.
Yeah, he's hard to deal with. You can use Kristas or Trag or Hyperion to tribute him to summon them by normal summon, just to get rid of him.
You do that a lot more than I would expect.
Yeah, it's a good way to get rid of him. Zen Mains, because if you can run rank 3s, you should run Zen Mains. He's got a good effect. He's not as... with all the Dino Rabbits and stuff running around, he's not as good as he used to be, but he's still pretty good.
Hey.
I run Double Gachi.
Have to.
Because there's just those games where you're going to make 2 of them at the same time, and I don't run Pot of Avarice because it's a waste in this deck.
Oh, yeah.
And so, Gachi's great, boosts up your monsters. Nothing says, I'm going to lose a game like a 3,100 attack Hyperion. And lastly, I play Dark Mist because sometimes you're gonna go second and your opponent's already made a good beat stick, and Venus plus Gotchi is just not gonna cover things, and that's what Dark Mist is for. You just play him, detach, have the opponent's monster, and he gains that amount of attack. So he's always gonna win by 100, but once he runs out of materials, he's a 100 attack thing with no effect. So that's really bad.
Well, actually, he always wins by whatever his current attack is because he keeps the attack.
Right. And that's it. So
Really good. I've played it a lot. Beat me a lot.
it's fun. I like him.
It's really good. So I hope you guys like the deck profile. We'll get another one in a second too. Again. So rate, comment, subscribe. Do you wanna shake us out here, sir? Oh, hold on, just a second. Hold on, we got something here. Pink can pie, shake us out.
Pink cane pie, you bitch!